So for the last couple of years, I've been trying to switch from active to passive income. So I used to have clients and I used to get paid to do work. And that was all right. And I made, decent money doing that, but I was really burnt out. I was frustrated. I wanted to figure out how to sell digital products online so that I could earn money without actually working for my time. And that's kind of been going okay. It took a couple years. I've put out a lot of content. So I have a lot of content out there, which gives me some traffic, which gives me opt-ins. And so I've luckily been able to try to figure out how to make money online a little, well, I want to say faster or easier, but that's not really the case because I've been kind of floundering around for 5 or 10 years, and I'm just now starting to kind of figure things out. But the last couple months, I've made about $5,000 a month with passive income, which means I don't have to work for that money. I still may have to check my email sometimes. Some people may want a refund or they may have questions. I want to give a lot of support when people buy things from me. But it's not the same as someone paying me a whole big chunk of money and then me feeling obligation to earn that money. So it's easier for me to sell things that are cheaper and sell a bunch of them, and then there's less responsibility and less stress. The downside is when you're making money kind of on autopilot like that, there's less of a drive to get shit done. So the last month, I finished a novel in the early part of February that I'd been working on, and I wanted to start the next novel right away and finish the next novel, but I couldn't. I was frustrated and stuck on my fiction, so I ended up taking like 3 weeks off and watching Netflix and eating junk food, which on the one hand wasn't great. On the other hand, that's what I needed, and now I feel fine again. Now I'm ready to get back to work. So one of the things I'm focused on this month is doubling my income. So the exciting thing with passive income that I could never do before, I had months when I was doing cover design where I could make 10 or 15,000 a month if I got a few new clients, but then I'd be really busy for a long time finishing the work. The exciting thing about passive income is I'm making 5K a month right now. I should be able to double my income pretty easily by tweaking a few different parts of my platform, my funnel. So I'm going to talk about the 5 things that I'm going to focus on this month. And kind of the exciting thing is that these aren't things that might take me a long time. This is some tweaking and testing because it's hard to figure things out right away. You kind of have to make changes and then see how it works, then make more changes. So I have basically made a whole bunch of changes every month for the last 6 months or so. And most of the time I get a little bit better. Sometimes I take a step back and I don't do things as well. Some ideas don't work. So I'm still figuring a lot of this stuff out. But the really exciting thing about these 5 things is that doing any of these 5 things could theoretically double my traffic, but they could also double my traffic every time. So 5 times 5 times 5 times 5. I don't know if my math is right. Probably not. But no, 2 times 2 times 2. So doubling your traffic, doubling your conversions, doubling your sales, doubling your offers, and advertising are the 5 things. And each of those things could compound the effect. So if I can, double my traffic, which is the first one I'm going to talk about, then I could go from 5K to 10K. If I could double my conversions, I could go from 10K to 20K. If I could double my sales, that's 20K to 40K. So these are just things that I could tweak in my platform and potentially see really big results, which is something I could never do with my active income. Now I can scale. And the one that I really need to focus on is advertising. I could have started advertising a long time ago. I've been wary and a little bit afraid to start advertising, but advertising is really the way that I could see big compound results quickly. So that's what I was going to focus on this month, but actually there's a lot of things that are broken or not working very well with my current platform. So I'm going to go back and start fixing up everything that I can before I really invest in advertising, because the better my platforms are working, the better all the pieces of my platform are working, the more it will be worthwhile to advertise, the better results I'll see with advertising. And I already know, actually, with advertising, I already know about how much my subscribers are worth. So out of like 1,000 subscribers, which is about how many organic opt-ins I get a month with my natural traffic, that works out to about 5K a month, which means my subscribers are worth about $5 per subscriber. So knowing that, I could pay 50 cents or $1 per subscriber with various list building strategies. I have a lot of free offers or free templates or free books, so I could test out advertising a whole bunch of ads to my funnels, to my opt-in offers, to my landing pages to get more subscribers, and then they could go through my funnels, and I should be able to pretty realistically and see more sales and more income just by sending more traffic. But I'm going to go through these three. Sorry, I'm kind of talking in circles. I'm going to go down the list. So the first one is just doubling traffic. That's something I've never really focused on growth or getting more traffic in the past. And I'm talking about organic traffic. So advertising is the thing that I'm going to leave to the end. I consider that as a separate step. So I'm just talking about boosting and doubling organic traffic, because if I double my organic traffic, I should double my current income as well. The ways that I'm going to do that, number one is going to be Pinterest. I haven't really focused on Pinterest yet. Pinterest has never been something I feel very comfortable about, but because I'm a graphic designer anyway, this should be a pretty easy thing. For any blog, you probably already know that, for every title you have like 10 ways to sell more books right now, something like that. I should have a featured image, and that featured image should have the really good text built into the image, just so that when people share my content on Twitter or Facebook or whatever, that image pops up and it looks really good and it increases traffic. I should have really nice featured images on my blog posts anyway, especially my blog posts that get the most traffic. So I can go through and see on my blogs which articles get the most traffic, and I should make featured images for the top 50 or so. But I also want to make Pinterest images. So Pinterest images are typically longer and narrower, and they lists do really well. So I have a lot of articles that are listicles, which just means 21 ways to sell more books, or 105 great book marketing quotes from experts. I have a lot of lists, and I can turn a lot of that content or those how-to posts into infographics. So all I have to do basically is clean them up. And I've been told by John Kramer, I saw something he did on Pinterest recently. He does a lot of stuff with book marketing. But I was thinking I need to get like really nice designed infographics made, which is kind of intimidating. But actually, because most people look at content on their iPhones anyway, you don't really want a very detailed infographic with lots of small steps, because people can't see it on iPhones or smartphones. So what you really want is just like big clunky graphics. They need to be well enough designed, but really they need to be clear and readable. So that's something I can make. I can make 5 of those a day or so and just go through all my most visited blog posts and add a featured image, and then add an infographic or a pinnable picture at the bottom of the article, and just say, please, if you're a Pinterest user, pin this thing. I need to learn a lot more about Pinterest marketing. I'm not totally I don't know what I'm doing on Pinterest, but it's worth learning, and I have heard that Pinterest can drive a lot of traffic. And since I already have so much content, it should be pretty easy for me to double traffic just by going through to the stuff that's already working and already getting traffic. I can just make a lot of graphics. I can make a lot of quotes. Some of the stuff I have is like 100 quotes. I can turn each of those quotes, especially if they come from another author or another book, which a lot of them do. I can make a nice graphic with the source of the quote, either with a picture of the person who said it or the book that it came from. Each of those individual graphics would be easy to share, so I could share those on Twitter or Facebook and tag the source that it came from, because those people, especially on Twitter, those people are probably going to retweet it if I tag them, and if I make a really nice looking graphic with their picture of their book or their quote, that's a really easy thing for me to share and for them to retweet, to put in front of their audience. So if I do that, and if I also pin some of those things to Pinterest, or if I make like a Pinterest longer infographic with a whole bunch of quotes, that's the kind of thing that I can make. And all I'm really doing is, this is content I already have, so I'm just repurposing my content by turning it into graphics and putting it up on Pinterest. The other thing that I'd like to do is fix up my YouTube channel. So my YouTube channel just hit 10,000 subscribers and over 1 million views, and I'm still not really doing YouTube very well. I don't even have nice looking thumbnails on most of my content. In most of my content on the videos, I should have links under all the videos that say, sign up here to my opt-in. I should have stuff like that going on, and I don't. So that's another thing that I can do to just go back and fix what's already working. I can fix the stuff I've already got and just clean it up and make graphics and make it look better. I believe by focusing on that stuff in a month, I should be able to double my organic traffic to all of my sites, which should, even without fixing anything else, it should double my opt-ins, it should double my earnings and sales from my funnel. So number 2 is doubling conversions. And by conversions, I just mean if I get the traffic to my site, I get more people to sign up to my offer. So part of that is fixing my sales copy. Part of it is fixing my graphics or my opt-in offers to make them look better, fixing my tagline. So like even, you have your free book on your website, maybe at the bottom of your, I just did this recently, like yesterday actually, and I'm already seeing some results, but like on all of my content, at the bottom of your content, your high performing articles, you want a content upgrade, which just means if I have a big post about the best fonts for book cover design or how to design a book cover, on the bottom, I want my opt-in offer, which says, sign up for my free guide to designing book covers that sell, to get them on my book design email funnel, and then hopefully get them to buy a package of DIY book formatting templates or upsell them on some other digital product. But I have to get their email first. So that can be done by things like I could test out whether having an opt-in form or having the big button or having a graphic leading to a landing page is better. And then on that landing page, right now my landing page is for my DIY stuff. I have one for DIY formatting and DIY book covers, and those are both converting at like 40 or 50%, which is already pretty good. But one thing, for example, I noticed is on one page I just have quotes that I've like made a graphic of quotes. So the people who have said nice things about my free templates, I've turned those into an image graphic, and it's just a whole bunch of quotes. The other page, I've just taken comments from Facebook, and I took a screenshot of all the comments on Facebook, and that page converts better. So I imagine that there's more trust when people see the Facebook comments than there is with just me telling people what other people have said, because it's harder to believe where did these quotes come from, or whether they have pictures of the speakers or not. With the Facebook comments, they have the screenshots, so they have a Facebook profile picture. Those seem to convert better. So on all my landing pages, I might go back and add those Facebook comments because that seems like it will boost conversion. So stuff like that, just boosting my on-page conversions for my opt-in offers or my squeeze pages or my landing offers. That's something I need to get better at and to test. I should be doing split variation testing. I'm not right now. I was using ClickFunnels, but I wasn't really keeping track of what converted better. Right now I just signed up for MailerLite. So MailerLite now has landing pages which look pretty good, and if they're converting at 40 or 50%, that's probably good enough for me, so I'm not too worried about it anyway. But I should be testing conversions, because if I can boost that even more and get more conversions, that's another place where I can earn more money with sales. So number 3 is doubling the actual sales. So people have, I've gotten more traffic on my website, I've gotten more opt-ins and my conversions, but I can still really improve on my actual sales pages and sales funnel. So what happens with my stuff, and for example, one thing that's really common, when people sign up for your list, you can hit them with an immediate tripwire, or they sign up and then you hit them with a video sales, a sales video, and then the sales video says something like there's a button that says, buy this thing for 80% off. I could be doing those things better, or I could be testing those things out. I'm not right now. I just added recently, in the last month, I just added something where after they sign up, the thank you page has a one-time offer that's a little cheaper than the regular offer. And that seems to be working reasonably well, but I could probably be doing it better with the sales video. Then they get into my email funnels, and my email funnels I'm always trying to improve. They're not terrible, but I really don't sell very well, and that's something I'm still trying to get better at. And then generally in a sales video, in an email funnel, you'll have something like 5 steps. And the steps will probably be like, get your free book, common myths or challenges or frustrations, the number one thing people get wrong. You kind of want to hit the fear factor. So I do things like, how much do authors really make? And I let people know, actually, it's really hard to make money with publishing. You can totally do it, but most authors do so many things wrong that they never make any money. If you publish correctly and you do everything right, it's not that difficult. But the problem is, you have to learn so much stuff to do everything right that there's a lot of overwhelm because there's so many new tools and programs and whatever to learn. So I try to, it's not that I'm trying to scare people, but I need to educate them that, number one, I'm an expert, and number two, there's a lot of stuff to learn. It's hard to learn all this stuff on your own. So if you want to upgrade and join my private community so that I can help you and you can learn things faster so you can see results better, that's basically what I'm trying to offer. But I don't like hard sells, so I'm not very comfortable saying like, buy now for 75% off and get all these bonuses and, wait, there's more. There's so many things. There's a balance between getting people to trust you and like you with really natural copywriting that's fun to read. And I'm not comfortable selling, so I'm not great at this stuff, but I'm trying to get better. And then also you need to ask for the sale. You need to make it clear that you have a product that's great and will provide a lot of value and that this is what they need and that they can buy it. And you need to give them reasons to buy. Even in an evergreen funnel like I have, you still want to offer things like, this is a discount. If you sign up now, you get all these bonuses. I may want to try something like deadline funnel, which is a countdown timer. For example, you can put a countdown timer in your emails. You can put a countdown timer on your sales page. I don't have those going on right now. People say like they don't like countdown timers because they're maybe annoying, but they tend to work pretty well. So that's something else I would like to add into my funnel. Number 4, the fourth way to double your sales from your passive income is to double your offers. So previously I had DIY book covers or DIY book templates. It's basically a package of book formatting or book cover design templates. That's something I'm redoing now. I've been investing really big. I think I've spent about $10,000 on brand new cover design tools and 3D template cover creator generators. Some of that stuff's going to be free just because it's so awesome. I know that so many people will love it that I'll get a lot of traffic from those tools, and then I can try to, get them on my list or get them to buy something else. But I'm excited about those tools. I'm investing in those just because I want to provide tools like that to the publishing community because nobody else has tools that are good enough, and that's been frustrating for me. So I'm still not quite there yet with where I want them to be, but they're getting pretty close. So I'm excited about being able to offer those. So that's been just investing in my own offers, investing in the stuff that I can offer that will help people. But also I've been trying to get better at promoting affiliate products. So for example, in my email autoresponder, I don't want to just, the first part of it, I want to provide a lot of value so that people are excited about the stuff that I'm sharing, and I'm pretty good at that. I get a lot of emails that say, thanks so much for all the free stuff that you give. That's awesome. And I don't want to alienate people by asking for the sale too hard. But I do want to let them know that, having all this free information isn't really enough, and it's so much easier to see results if I can just, give you some quick feedback. And that's worth paying however much money to get my help and advice. But I can also, for example, if they don't buy that product, or even if they buy that product, I was trying to, right now they sign up for something and I try to give them a tripwire or a low-cost offer, and then I try to move them to my main core offer, which is Guerrilla Publishing. That's my main book marketing course. But it's more expensive, and I thought that I could just add that into my funnel. So they sign up for one thing. If they don't buy the cheap offer, the introductory offer, I could try to get them to buy the evergreen course. That didn't actually work. I set that up a month ago, and I got maybe 3 sales this month, but I think it was all from people who are already on my platform. I don't think it was from people who got into my email funnel. So, out of those 1,000 people who signed up to my list this month, none of them bought my course. So that's something I really need to fix and improve, because I had wanted to sell I want to sell 10 courses a month on autopilot, evergreen course on autopilot. So that's obviously something I'm just not doing very well in my funnel yet. So that's something I need to get better at. I need to figure out why that's not working. But also, even if they never buy stuff from me, I should still be able to get them to buy some affiliate things. For example, I talk about book editing. I could get them to sign up for Grammarly, which is an editing tool which can be really helpful for self-editing your own books. I talk a lot about doing keyword research for Amazon ads or Facebook ads, and I can recommend KDP Rocket, which is Dave Chassin's keyword research tool, which is really great. I use it. I have other keyword tools that I use and like, but that's the one that's really the go-to that I recommend a lot. So I could be better about, focusing on selling that in an email, in a unique email, or even in an email that says here's my top 5 tools. Even right when they sign up, I could say, here are my top 5 tools. Here's my list of my page of resources. Here's the stuff I'm going to be recommending. Other things I can recommend. I could be doing other people's courses, but I'm not really doing that because I have my own book marketing course. So the only reason I would be doing that is if somebody else is having a course launch, I might be able to do something 2 for the price of 1. If you buy that guy's course, you can get mine for free. I'll be making affiliate income off of some other guy's course that will be about the same as what I would charge for my course. So it may work out and be a better offer. Also stuff like hosting, because I talk about how to build an author website. So I recommend the DV theme for building an author website, and I recommend, what do I recommend? I use SiteGround for hosting. It's pretty good. WP Engine is also pretty good. Anyway, so there's a lot of other things that I could recommend that authors are going to buy anyway. My ideal audience of people who sign up to my list, they're already going to need all of this stuff. So if I give them a really in-depth how-to article with a bunch of step-by-step videos to help them to set up their own author platform, and they're going to buy these tools that I recommend, it makes sense to offer more tools. That way, even if they don't buy my stuff, if half of my subscribers buy something and makes, I make a little bit of money, then my subscriber average will go up from $5 per subscriber to $10 per subscriber or more. So if I can boost that up by being a little more direct with affiliate offers, I may be able to boost my passive income and make more money from my list. And if I can make more money from my list, then I can spend more money building my list. So then I'm going to get into number 5, which is advertising. So this is something I've never, I've played around with advertising, and I've done a lot of boosted posts on Facebook, but I've never really spent a lot of money on advertising. And advertising is really the way you can see big results, massive results. And I'm excited to start, but I'm also kind of scared of doing it. It's what's the word? I'm kind of an introvert. So even though I put out all these YouTube videos, that was actually really hard for me to overcome my fear of camera. And that was a big challenge to overcome. So Facebook ads is kind of my next big challenge, where I know I have to do it, but I'm really uncomfortable with it, because you're basically putting out your offer to a whole bunch of strangers. So on Facebook, you can get a lot of negative comments. There's tricks you can use. I can advertise to my own audience first to get a lot of positive comments and shares, and then I can change the audience to reach out to more people. If you're advertising a good offer to the right people, you shouldn't really be worried about pissing people off or alienating people. I know that my content is really helpful. The stuff that I give away for free is way more in-depth than what most people offer. Most people have short 10-page PDFs, and I'm giving away 500 pages of basically books. I have 5 free books and a workbook with really specific actionable steps. And if you sign up on my list for the workbook, then you can start watching all of my videos. My problem is really I have too much content, and it's overwhelming for a lot of people. And I would probably actually sell more if I simplified and I made things quicker and easier and I got them, like you want to give people big wins really quickly. So if I could give them bigger wins and simplify the content so they can learn faster, that's actually better than just giving away tons of information content, because most people don't want to read a whole book. They want, a short 10-page checklist that gives them exactly what they need, or gives them like a plan to follow really quickly. So I have the workbook anyway, and I have the book, and I have videos. I think most people get a lot of value for signing up to my list, so I shouldn't feel afraid of trying to get more people to sign up for the free stuff. And hopefully, if more people sign up for the free stuff, like I have this problem now because I did pretty well with my course launch to my list, but my list knows who I am. So it's a little easier to launch a course when you're selling. I have a list of like 25,000 people, and when I do a course launch, I get about 100 sales of my course launch, which isn't great. And I do like a big course launch funnel when I've done it in the past, which is like 6 emails or 10 emails. Like I really try to sell it pretty hard. And I'm not great at that. I feel kind of awkward doing that, but I know enough to be doing okay. I think I did something like 18K on my first course launch and 35K on my second course launch, which is great, and I'm really happy with that. But I really want to have an evergreen course funnel. I don't want to be launching my course. I want to be putting it on autopilot so that, every month 10 new people sign up for my course. I do some personal feedback and engagement with them to make sure I can help them see results quickly. But mostly I can be focused on my own projects and my own books. That's what's more comfortable for me. So that's what I really want to focus on improving, is my evergreen course launch funnel. Anyway, so the way that I can, I think once I go through those first 4 and I just tweak everything to get my traffic, my conversions, my sales, and my offers, when my whole funnel is just a little bit better, so that I know for every 10 people who sign up on my list, I make, $50 or however much money. When I can get pretty clear about that, then I can start advertising. And the exciting thing about advertising is you can scale really quickly. So with this stuff I talked about, doubling traffic, I can work, this month I can do a lot of work and build a lot of graphics and play around with Pinterest and hopefully double my traffic. But with Facebook ads, I could 10 times my traffic basically overnight with spending with ads. So I could be advertising people to my opt-in pages. I could be advertising my free books or my free templates, or whatever offers I have. I can be advertising for a free video course. I want to basically test out all my offers on my landing pages and test out a whole bunch of different variations of ad copy and pictures to find the ads that convert the best, the ones where I can get the most subscribers for the cheapest cost. And if I can get subscribers for hopefully about 20 cents per click, I'll have to do math here, and my brain's going dead. I just arrived in Vietnam, by the way, and I'm not quite sure how I like it so far. We have a pretty nice apartment. There's a lot of space, but it's hot and crowded and noisy outside. So I basically slept all day, and I've been really tired. So this is actually the first time I've made a video in like 3 or 4 weeks, because when we were in Taiwan, I was also having a lot of problem with procrastination and motivation and depression, and I didn't really get anything done for a long time. But I'm trying to get more done this month. This is the first video I've made for a while, and so I wanted to kind of talk about what I'm working on, what I'm doing. So this is just the 5th part. This is going to be advertising. Hopefully I'll be able to get all of this stuff done this month and also start spending money on advertising. My goal is to spend $1,000 on Facebook ads this month. But if I can figure out how to have one high-performing Facebook ad next month, I could just increase the ad spend a lot. Like if I can spend $1,000 this month and make 10K, for example, I could spend 10K on advertising next month and make 100K in 1 month. Like it's possible to scale that big and see those kind of results when you're advertising. And that's something like, on the one hand, that's crazy exciting. On the other hand, that's really it makes me nervous because that's a big thing that I is outside of my comfort zone. So it's exciting that I'm in the position to do that, and a lot of people start spending money on ads much sooner. So it's possible. Like I know that my content works pretty well. I know that my traffic and my funnels converts reasonably well. So I'm still trying to figure things out a little bit. On the other hand, I should be able to see pretty good results with advertising once I start, which is pretty exciting. So I'll check back in maybe next month. I'll talk more about, Facebook ads next month when I have more experience. This is just the stuff that I'm working on this month. So while I'm working on this stuff, if I have any special insights or if I learn some stuff this month that I think will be helpful for you, I'll definitely make some more videos about that. I also hope to finish that novel that I didn't finish last month. It's my dystopian vampire novel, which I think will probably sell better than my previous books because hopefully it's better. Like the first part of it's better, and then I got stuck in the middle and I was less sure about the second part, but people are really excited about the first part, so I think it'll probably do pretty well if I can get it done. And I really wanted to get it done because I have a whole bunch of other fiction projects that I wanted to get to this year. I have several other fiction series mapped out that are highly commercial and much more likely to sell than all the fiction stuff that I've done in the past. So I'm really excited to get to that stuff. But you can't always make yourself right. And like if you're not comfortable writing, if you're not in the right headspace, you just can't do it. It can make yourself miserable trying to force the words. So I kind of switch gears. I'm going to focus on my business and my websites and my traffic for a while and get that stuff working better. Hopefully once it's working though, like I said, once it's working, I could set up ads and I could spend a day a month planning my ads and just let them run and see much greater income. So if I have a lot of money coming in with my funnels and my platform and my products, I'll be a little more comfortable just focusing on writing without worrying about where the income is coming from or without worrying about all the stuff that needs to get done. I have lots and lots of sites and projects and have finished ideas that I've started that are kind of floundering. So I'm getting better. I'm learning about this stuff all the time. I'm seeing pretty good results. This is the first time, like I said, in 2018, so far I've made $5K a month, January and February, really without doing very much. That's really exciting for me. I've never been at that stage. For the last 2 or 3 years, I've probably been making about $1,000 a month on passive income stuff, but that's not enough to live on. So I've still had to take some client work or some launches, or I've had to put out new books. And my income has been really inconsistent. And because my wife and I travel full time, that can be kind of scary. Some months we just don't have any money, and that's a problem. So it can be difficult to do creative work and focus on meaningful, high value work that you're excited about if you're also just trying to pay the bills or worried about all your expenses. I have a lot of expenses with my online business. My basic expenses are probably between $1,000 and $2,000 a month, just with stuff like the tools I use and hosting. And so if I'm not making enough money, then I can't pay for all the stuff that I spend money on, like my basic platform, and then it all kind of falls apart. So anyway, there's financial considerations that will make it easier or harder to spend the time focused on being creative, especially I think writing fiction it takes a lot more effort. I feel exhausted when I write the fiction. I feel like I have to be in a much clearer headspace to be able to get my words down and make progress when I'm writing novels. So sometimes it goes pretty well, but for me, sometimes it's really a struggle. And like right now where it's kind of hot and muggy and I don't feel like I'm at my sharpest, it's a lot easier for me to focus on, making graphics for my blogs or focusing on my business stuff, or even writing like nonfiction or blog posts is a lot easier than it would be to write my fiction. But I do hope, maybe this week I'll focus on this business stuff, but then for the next couple weeks, this novel is already at 50K, but it's maybe 2/3 done. So I'm really hoping I can get this novel done and finished. I'm hoping I can boost my passive income quite a bit this month with all the stuff that I talked about in this video. And then for the rest of the year, I really just want to be writing fiction. I want to be producing a lot of fiction. I know that it's like I'm capable of writing a book a month, 50 or 60,000 words a month, and I'm capable of writing a good book a month that sells really well. And I know that I can make money with my fiction. I know that I can make, $10,000 a month with my fiction if I keep putting out books. I need 5 or 10 more books consistently, but then once I have that, if I put out a new book every 2 or 3 months, I can keep that level of income. So that's a whole different passive income revenue model that I'm also working on, which is separate from all this nonfiction practical how-to stuff. So on the one hand, I'm working on my own books and my own nonfiction and fiction, which earn money by themselves. And I'm also working on helping other authors who have less experience, or maybe they're new to self-publishing, or they're new to writing books, and they don't, it took me a decade to get to the point where now I know what I'm doing, and now I can publish books that will make money, but I still have to write the books, and it still takes time to write the books. So on the one hand, I help other authors to publish their own books. On the other hand, I really want to spend more time focused on writing my own books, because I know my books can earn really good money, and I have friends who are seriously making crazy money. I have several friends who are making, $20,000 or $30,000 a month, but they're also spending at least 10 grand on their basic platform, or advertising, or covers, or editing, or promotion. It can cost a lot of money to make money, but then you can also make a lot of money. I have another friend who is definitely abnormal. It's not easy. I know I've said before, most authors won't make any money with their books, because most authors only have 1 or 2 books, and they haven't written a book to the market, and they've written a book that nobody really wants to read, and they've done everything wrong. So the cover is wrong, the description wrong, they don't have any reviews. So it's easy to get everything wrong and not sell any books, and those are the things you have to fix first. But if you do everything right, and you're writing books in popular markets that readers enjoy, and you have great covers, and you have great blurbs, it's still possible to make lots of money with your books. So that's something I'm excited about. I'm excited about talking about these things. A lot of these videos, I'll probably start talking more about how to write fiction that sells, or how to write nonfiction that sells. I'll talk more about the crafting part of it, because that's important, and I like to share that stuff. But anyway, that's some of the stuff that I'll be talking about this month. This is a really crazy long video. I'm at 37 minutes already. Like I said, I still want to be improving my YouTube channel. I realize I just hit 10,000 subscribers. So thank you for subscribing. Sorry that all my videos are long and rambling like this one. I will try potentially to get better at YouTube so that I can make short, actionable videos that are 5 or 10 minutes instead of these huge, long videos where I ramble. I might get better at that stuff. I might not. If you don't like listening to my long rambling videos, I recommend checking out my blog instead, or picking up a whole bunch of the free books that I've published, so you can read stuff. On the other hand, whenever I learn something new, I'll put it on YouTube, and I often don't even blog about it. So to get the best new information and the new insights that I'm learning as I experiment with all this stuff, YouTube's probably the best channel to follow me on. So subscribe if you haven't already. Hit like on this video if it's useful, and best of luck with not only if you're not an author and you're not publishing books, maybe you're just interested in online business. That's definitely something I'm going to be talking a lot more about soon. I don't really have a guide to how to do online business or how to make passive income online yet, but I definitely will this year. I'll have an ebook on how to make an online business in 24 hours or less that's profitable, basically how to verify or validate your ideas. I love finding your perfect idea and branding it and thinking of your unique selling proposition and putting it out there, putting out your message. I love all this online business stuff. So I will be making a lot more videos this year where I don't just talk about book design or book marketing. I also talk a lot more about in general, how to reach your audience, how to find your offer, how to get more people on your email list, all that stuff for people who just want to, whether you're writing books or whether you're selling products or services, or you're an online business coach, or you're selling stuff on Etsy or whatever. My platform is mostly for creative people who want to sell creative work. So whether that's writing or artwork or anything else, that's what I want my channel to be about, and that's definitely what I will focus more on going forward. So thanks a lot. Bye-bye.